Time is 9:56 Central African time. Still a beautiful sunny morning here in Johannesburg, and we hope that you've also enjoyed the past 2 hours of News and Views Thursday edition. We're going to be switching gears now, I think, to something that's very, very important, especially if you are in the Johannesburg area. You'd want to get a bit more insight on this one. This upcoming Sunday, there's going to be a powerful gathering at Emarentia Primary School. It's called the Back to Ethics Community Day. And from what I'm hearing, knowing, understanding about it, because we've been doing a lot of promos for it here on Salam Media, is this is not just another event. It has different aspects to it. There's a peaceful motorcade starting at Zoo Lake to a lot of interactive panels with thought leaders like former Minister of DECO, Dr. Naledi Pandor. There's also Stephen Friedman. There's also journalists like Kanita Hunter, who are going to be part of these conversations, these moments of education for the people of Emarentia, for the people of Johannesburg, to educate themselves, to know a bit more about this genocide that is currently unfolding in Gaza, and most importantly, what we can do about it, instead of just live tweeting, instead of just going online, going on air, being angry. What actual tangible steps can we take to make sure that there's some kind of reprieve for the people of Palestine? And there's going to be exactly that in this event. It's going to be a charity drive for Gaza, and most importantly, other local orphanages here in Johannesburg. And it's going to be a wonderful event. It's going to be about reconnecting the values of community, the values of compassion and courage. And the initiative blends activism with community fun. Spring, people are, leaving their houses, getting out more often. So why not do it for a great cause? And to tell us more about it, we're joined by two wonderful ladies, educator, activist, and entrepreneur Fareedah Moosa, and politics, philosophy, and economics student Maseabi Kapa. Both of them are part of the organizing committee and pulling the strings to make sure that this event, this initiative comes to fruition. And I'm going to welcome them on air. Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Salam Media. Really appreciate you giving us your time.
Hello,
Assalamu
everyone.
alaikum.
Thank you for having us.
No, the pleasure is all ours. I think we can kickstart the conversation with you, Fareedah. You're one of the driving forces behind this initiative. Can you lay it out for our listeners, people that are listening right now? What does Back to Ethics mean to you, and why have it right now? Why launch it at this specific point?
So firstly, thank you so much for having us on your show. We are so honored to be here and so honored to speak about such a great initiative. Back to Ethics, the Back to Ethics initiative and Community Day is more than just a name. It's a movement. It's about coming together in your community, standing up for what's right, learning how to rebuild a stronger foundation for ourselves, for the future leaders of communities, and for everyone. It's about really taking a step back, looking at the world and the state that the world is in today, and how we as individuals can make a difference, and then learn how to work together to make a bigger difference and to build stronger bridges and stronger connections. So, yeah, that's basically what it's all about. I think you've captured it so beautifully in your introduction. And we're really just looking forward to people coming up, showing up, partaking, engaging, listening, learning, inspiring, being inspired, and just having fun.
Mm, mm, mm. No, I think that's wonderful, and it's definitely needed. Maseabi, let me get to you. As a young student, studying politics, we often hear that young people are not as interested in politics. They are apolitical. They much rather focus on other things. What drew you personally to this initiative and wanting to be a part of it?
Most importantly, this initiative speaks to the things that I'm interested in, which is community. I really am focused on philanthropic work, and I really campaign for youth businesses, and just what drew me to this initiative is that the ethics, the notes about it are aligned with my goals, and it's also important to engage on a holistic level and realizing that we're not just individuals, we can do things together as a community. And in this current time, community is very, very important. And I wanted to be involved with this to remind everyone of that.
Mm. Mm.
Yes.
And that's another very important element, especially now where, that sense of community is being lost. Everyone is just focusing on themselves. A lot of people don't even know who their neighbors are. So I think that's very, very important to mention. Fareedah, let me get back to you. For our listeners who want to be a part of it, what can they expect on the day? If you can just give us a small itinerary of what exactly is going to take place, and what should people look forward most to come the 7th.
Okay, so we are kicking off the day with a powerful show of solidarity, a peaceful motorcade that starts at the Zoo Lake at 10 a.m. and ends at Emmarentia Primary, where we've got a day full of energy and engagement taking place. There's activities and community connection. There's something for everyone, really. So, for the kids and for the families, we've got painting, face painting, painting of bags and canvases and toys. We've got a jumping castle. We've got a fire engine for curious minds. There's vendors, Palestinian vendors, local vendors, food vendors. So come and give your taste buds a real treat of authentic Palestinian food, as well as a chance to really support our local and small businesses. And the showstopper for the day, I would say, is our panel discussion, which is taking place at 1:30 with Dr. Naledi Pando and Stephen Friedman, as well as other notable guests. And one important thing that we're really calling on communities to come and support is our charity activations. So we've partnered with Gift of the Givers, and we're going to be setting up a Gaza support network. And this is to draw attention and awareness to the patients that are in South Africa from Gaza that are receiving medical treatment, and to also show our support to the brave doctors that are assisting them, not only here in South Africa, but that fly to Jordan and Egypt to assist, to diagnose remotely, and to really just show up and do their best to help such a dire situation. We're also calling on everyone that's attending to please bring like your gently used toys, books that your children are not using anymore, as well as clothes for a greater cause. We'll be collecting these donations, and whatever we can manage, we're going to have it sent to Gaza, and the rest will be distributed locally to our local orphanages and charities. So please come, show up with your heart, show up with things that can be shared, show up with your wisdom, with your knowledge. Let's make this a day of real connection and sustainability.
No, most definitely. Maseabi, I want to throw this question to you. There's a strong kind of educational element to this event. I'm seeing this great panel discussion that has really, really wonderful panelists. There's also, I think, storytelling that's also involved. How do you see this shaping leadership and community consciousness, especially amongst young people?
Wow, that's actually a really good question. I feel that with the panelists that we have, there's a blend of the elders and the more youth kind of people, and this will help us to create dialogue that's not just focused on one aspect. It will include everyone, and I think that's important, and it will have a better reach because the conversations are going to be very inclusive, and yeah, I think that's
Mm.
mostly it.
Mm. No, most definitely. Fareedah, let me come back to you. This event is so multifaceted. But I think the overarching theme to it is Palestinian solidarity, solidarity with the people of Gaza, and to shed light on the ongoing genocide that we're witnessing. How important was it that you frame this in not in the confines, but in the realms of solidarity with Palestine, and also touching on some of the challenges that are faced right here in South Africa, because usually events like this could be so one sided, the focus could be on one issue and one issue alone, but you chose to use Palestine as a way to expand to the challenges that we have here in South Africa also.
That the initial energy and enthusiasm for the Palestinian cause, unfortunately, was starting to fade. I mean, I'm sure, as you know, in the media industry, there's so much of propaganda, and
Mm,
there's a blockade not only on our screens but like on our radios, in media. We don't always get to hear about what's going on, and because of there being such a massive atrocity that's happening, you tend to like become desensitized. And as humans, it's not normal for us to be exposed to so much trauma and despair in the world. And so it's natural where there's this fatigue, or you want to avoid what's going on just for your own well being and peace of mind. But we cannot allow that to happen. And so this event was inspired by one powerful truth, and that ethics should never be optional. So whether it's how we're raising our kids, how we're supporting Palestine or Sudan or Congo or anywhere else in the world that's experiencing any form of conflict and oppression, or even in our homes, how we treat each other, how we treat our family, in our workplaces, in our places of education. Doing what's right must be our foundation. And young people, especially, they need spaces where values like honesty, courage, and kindness are celebrated, not just through popularity or appearance or an aesthetic, but in our daily lives, in everything that we do. So, Back to Ethics is about helping people reconnect with those values to build leadership and take action in their communities, even when it's unpopular, even when the odds are against you.
No, most definitely. Maseabi, and for you, how was it like being part of, the organizing committee of such, a big event that has such big names and big profiles associated with?
It was really interesting because they do value different viewpoints, and not just the elders involved. They are interested in knowing what the youth actually think and how they feel, which was very, what can I say? It was very humbling because I didn't
Mm,
expect that. I thought that I would just be going in and just being in the background, whereas now we're equal and everybody's voice is valued. And it's not just about our voices being valued, it's also about the kind of actions that are being actioned and how we're involved. And also realizing that it's not just about Palestine, we're trying to reach outside of Palestine and bringing it home. And that was very important to me, especially because, as I mentioned before, I'm really a big fan of philanthropic work, and I realized that South Africa is in a really big crisis, especially when it comes to community and the youth feeling very sidelined.
mm,
And
mm,
especially like with big voices in the room, as somebody who's still aspiring or trying to rise up in these kind of spaces, you would feel that, oh no, you'll be like sidelined and not listened to. But with this initiative and this movement, our voices are amplified even louder than what I expected.
mm. No, most definitely. And I think that's very, very powerful. And just in closing, Fareedah, for our listeners, if you can just wrap it all up for them, those that want to attend, why should they attend this? And what would be some of the key takeouts from this event?
Social pressure, global injustice. I mean, you mentioned the relation to Palestine. I think what I've witnessed with this event and been a part of it is how the generation before us, those who fought for our freedom in apartheid, those who experienced the harsh realities of the regime. I mean, South Africa was the blueprint for what's going on in Palestine. So I think we are starting to observe how we can bridge that gap between the generation before us and the current generation, and then how to like find a connection with the generation to come, because it's just a fact we are all experiencing the lasting effects of a colonial entity, and we have such a long way to go. And this event is, I think, in a small way, just a step in the direction of building that, building a future, healing from the past, finding ways to work together, and just connect through your community and through your family. So yeah, come, bring your families, bring your friends, partake in the activities that's going on there, speak to other people, engage. We are inviting you to join us, not just for a day but for a journey, and to show up. Let's make ethics part of how we live, how we lead, and how we love. Let's show the world that purpose still matters and that we're not afraid to stand up for it.
No, most definitely. And I think it's very, very inspiring to see young people who are in the forefront of such initiatives, whether it's about Palestine or about South Africa in itself. I think it's safe to say that, the future of South Africa is in safe hands, and you ladies are, part of that change. We're going to leave it here for now. Thank you so much. And yeah, looking forward to the event. Hopefully, I'll also be able to make my way and see what you guys have put together. But it looks like a wonderful event and looks really, really well organized. I mean, who just gets to have Dr. Lady Pando come to their hood? You guys did well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really fortunate and we hope to see you there. You better come.
Inshallah.
I mean,
I mean, there is Fareedah Moosa and Maseabi Kapa, part of the team behind the Back to Ethics Community Day happening this Sunday at Emiratia Primary School. And yeah, there's going to be a lot. It's going to be solidarity motorcades, to family, fun-filled activities, and a powerful panel on justice and community. The day promises both fun and, most importantly, purpose. Entry is free, and the organizers are calling on everyone to bring along gently used toys, as you heard there from Fareedah, clothes and books, and those donations that will support Gaza as well as local charities. So I think it's nicely well balanced, understanding and recognizing the challenges that we face here at home, but also linking them to what's happening in Palestine, because we're all intertwined and we're facing similar challenges. Otherwise, we've come to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for staying with us for the past 2 hours and 13 minutes. We stole someone's time, but that's okay. I'll be back with you again on Tuesday for the Tuesday edition of News and Views. Otherwise, the Night will be back with you tomorrow for the Juma edition of the show. And yeah, stay cool, stay blessed. It has been another wonderful show, and thank you for being a part of it. We're going to leave it here for now. Sharp, sharp.